I have completely forgot how to sign off a video. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with me today? Anyway, okay, so yeah. Hi booktube, it's Marianne at We Last Read a Book, and today I have my TBR for the Love in the Night readathon. So, the voice in my head is going, Marianne, you already have enough on your plate, what with life and the books that you already have on your TBR. But I'm taking part anyway because it's fun and it's gonna be good. So yeah. So the readathon is hosted by, so there's 6 hosts. Izzy at Happy for Now, Tamika at Library of Tomes, Shay at Shay Geeks Out, Crystal at Crystal's Bookish Life, Steph at Novelty Corner, and Laura at Laura's Library Card. I'm so fucking good. Whew. Okay, for some context, the reason that I get so excited about that is because my memory is so horrific that I cannot remember the simplest of things, never mind a list of 6 names. So, celebrate. So, I'm going to put all their announcement videos, the links for them, in this description box below this video screen. They've got a document with all of the information, they have a bingo board, they have the little templates for on Instagram and stuff. Like, they have thought this through, they have planned this thoroughly, and I love it. So yeah, basically this readathon runs from the 24th to the 31st of May, I nearly said March? May. And it's reading paranormal romances, so they have a group book and then they have a bingo board with all of the other prompts. So I have picked 5 books and 1 manga to read. Manga was because you have to pick a format that you use least often, and I'd literally read my first manga in April. So this will be like the 3rd one I've ever read. So the manga that I'll be reading is Devil's Line Volume 1 by Ryo Hanada. Yes. And in this one, the main character, Tsukasa, is getting attacked, and she's rescued by Anze, who is a half devil, half vampire. And he works with like the Tokyo police on a task force that tackles kind of demon / devil related crimes, but the 2 of them start to form a little bond, and he has made this what's the word, and he has this resolve that he's never going to drink human blood, but Tsukasa is obviously going to be extremely irresistible and test that resolve, so we'll see how that works out for him. On to the books. So the first one I have is the group book, which is Deal with the Demon by Chase Verity, and this is about a single mum called Heidi who has lost her job, and her kids are being naughty at school, and she's just so overwhelmed and over it, and she needs some reprieve. She needs to find a new job, she needs someone to lighten the load, and she ends up with a 28-day contract with a demon called Dryston. And I think the way it seems from reading what the book is about, it seems as if it's going to be like some sort of demon romance meets nanny romance, because he's like doing the cooking and the cleaning and helping with the kids, because he's there to bring her success, to enable her to have success. So he's like lifting the weight off her shoulders while she's focusing on like improving herself and getting a better job and stuff like that. But they only have 20 days and she starts to fall in love with him, so that's a thing. Hopefully it works out, because I'm quite enjoying the idea of that dynamic. Sign me up. I am intrigued. The next book I'm going to be reading is Spellbound by Ophelia Silk. This is a witch novel. So we have Jane, who has this perfect life. She's got the perfect man, everything's all quiet and sweet and lovely and all of that sort of thing. She lives in airy fairyland and just everything's perfect and fine. But decides to take a shortcut home one night, and she's walking through the woods and is attacked by beasts of some sort. And she is hurt, obviously, and Adelaide, who is the local witch, rescues her. She finds her in the forest, and she's like the only person who can heal these kind of wounds that she's received from these supernatural beasts. So she has to kind of like stay in her cottage with her until she heals, and they are very much opposites. She is kind of more harsh and abrasive and not nice, whereas obviously you have Ophelia, who, like I said, is this sweet, sugary, airy fairy, la 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 kind of person. So they end up developing an attraction to each other. And then it's going to be a case of, is Jane going to go back to her lovely goody two shoes lifestyle where everything's all sunshine and rainbows, or is she going to stay in a shack in the woods with this grumpy witch woman? It's a female romance, and I love a female romance. You give me any sapphic romance novel, I guarantee you I will like it. One of the prompts was to read one of the host's favourites, and I'm going to be reading Queen Takes Nights by Jolie Sue Burkhart, which was one of Tamika's favourites, and it's the first book in a series. And it's about a vampire called Shara, whose mum was murdered like 5 years ago, and she's been on the run ever since, and she's ended up in Arkansas, and she needs help. I'm assuming that whoever it is that's been looking for her has found her, and then she is back running again. But these two vampire knights show up and are like, we're here to protect you, protect and serve you, and all of that sort of thing. And she's like, yeah, serve and protect, but she's also like, service and protect. So it's a reverse harem situation. And the synopsis on Goodreads, it said it was that the whole series is a polyamorous relationship. I think it's like multiple females, multiple males, and all of that across the whole series. And in the series, unlike a lot of reverse harems, she doesn't have to pick a mate. Like, this is what I don't like about most reverse harems, is you have this sneak peek, 3 snippets of the heroine with each of the heroes, and then you get, it's like dangling a carrot in front of somebody. Like, not everybody's gonna like the same person, not everybody's gonna want to be with the same hero, right? So you're either gonna, so if you're tempting somebody with that, and you're saying, look, this relationship, for example, perfect example, Credence by Penelope Douglas. I wanted the heroine to end up with the uncle. I forgot all of their names now. But that didn't happen because Penelope Douglas had dangled that carrot and then snatched it away from me violently. So I like the fact that there are no choices to be made, so nobody is going to be disappointed. Aside from all of this sort of like reverse harem situation that's going to be happening, she needs to learn how to use her powers and stop being a big scaredy cat and fight back to whoever it is that's trying to kill her. So yeah, this seems promising. I have good vibes. I have real good vibes. The next book I'm going to be reading, one of the prompts was read a booktube darling, and I picked His Beauty by Jack Harbin, and it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Isla is playing the part of Belle. Her dad is a pickpocket, and he goes out on a pickpocketing mission, run, like heist. I don't know what word you would use here, but he goes out to steal some stuff. And he doesn't come back. And she's like, oh shit, sis, where's dad? And her sister's like, mate, he has been kidnapped and he's at Highburn Hold. And she's like, oh no, what are we going to do? So apparently this is a castle where the beast lives, and she goes to rescue her frail father from the beast's hold. And I believe it's just the same sort of scenario as Beauty and the Beast, where she's like, no, don't take him, take me. But since this is a paranormal romance and not a fairy tale, I have a vague idea of where this story is going to go, and I'm looking forward to it because I think it's going to be this whole the beast is this kind of cruel, harsh, abrasive person, and then it turns out that he's actually all sweet and stodgy inside. That sounded absolutely vile. But you get the sentiment, at least, don't you? Yeah, you get the sentiment. Like, I can't think of a better, he has a hard outer shell, but inside he's a big softie. That would have been a better thing to say than saying his insides are stodgy and squishy, because, no. I'm going to stop. I need to shut up before I make it sound any worse than it already sounds. And my camera decided to stop working there, so I don't know where I got to. What was I saying? Yeah, the last book that I'm going to be reading during that readathon is Winter's War by G. Bailey, and this is the 4th book in the Her Guardian series, which is about a woman called Winter, who has some sort of ability. What I'm going to have to do is go back. I read this 2 years ago. I read the first 3 2 years ago, so I need to go and look at my reviews for them to see what they were, to see what actually happened in them and where I'm at now. But this is kind of like the book, this is the last book, so it's like the build up from the other books. So this woman Winter, who is like some glowing magical being of sorts. I don't know if she's I can't remember, is she a goddess or something? I don't know. And she has 4 mates. So one's a werewolf, one's a shifter, one is an angel, and I can't remember what the last one was. And I think that she has to pick one at the end. The only one that I can actually physically remember properly is Jackson, who was the werewolf, and Freddie, who was Jackson's nephew. Those are the only 2 that I can remember. I do remember the vampire and the angel. I just don't remember anything about them, and I can't for the life of me pinpoint who the 4th mate is. Maybe there isn't a 4th mate, maybe there was only 3. Yeah, so this is the war that the first 3 books have been building up to. Like I said, I'm going to have to go and actually read what happened in the first 3 books first, because I'm not rereading them again. No. But I'll be able to piece it together from my reviews, and that'll jog my memory, and then we'll be good to go. It'll be fine. So those are the 5 books and 1 manga that I am planning on reading for the Love in the Night readathon. I am super looking forward to it, because I've only just started reading paranormal romance again this week after not reading it for ages. So this will be fun. Plus we've got a nice mixture of paranormal kind of creatures there, because we've got the shifters, and we've got vampires, and we've got demons, and we'll get witches. So really looking forward to the readathon. Like I said, I'll put the links for all the announcement videos in the description box, and you can go and peruse them at your leisure. But you should join in, because the hosts are lovely, and paranormal romance is a great subgenre. If you've not read it before, then if you've not touched on it before, this might be the perfect time to touch on it now. That's what she said. And also, they're having a live show, and they're having reading sprints, and it's always fun. I love joining in a reading sprint. And obviously they have put all the resources together for Instagram and all that, so if someone is putting in all that effort to create that content, you should therefore take part. That's me done. Those are the books. That is the day. It has been me. I have completely forgot how to sign off a video. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with me today? Anyway, okay, so yeah, stay safe, happy reading, and I'll speak to you later. Bye!